All right, hello, and welcome to this weather update. It's a little after 10 o'clock on June the 14th, 2019, and I do apologize. I forgot to talk about the tornadoes yesterday. Yes, there were tornadoes that we had to talk about. We're going to go over them right now. There was another one in New Jersey, but this one here is about one in Cecil, Maryland, that happened at 7:02 p.m. June 13, 2019, and a storm survey determined an EF1 tornado snapped or uprooted hundreds of trees in Elk Neck State Park. The tornado lifted near Holiday Beach. So that's one tornado, and then there was another one in New Jersey. So I don't know if that's going to be our weather service that's going to review that. I think, no, it's going to be this one. So this is the other one that happened in Gloucester, New Jersey. A tornado skipped along a 2.1-mile path from Deptford Township into the Blackwood section of Gloucester Township, causing significant tree damage and collateral damages to residents. Doesn't say what the rating is of this tornado here. Let's see. It doesn't have it here. They haven't classified the rating yet. This happened at 8:30 last night. But there isn't a remark on the rating of the tornado. So we'll have to see what that is. And then this one also, another tornado. This might be the same one. Gloucester, yeah. Gloucester. So a storm surge determined an EF0 tornado occurred near Mullica Hill, causing tree damage, fencing damage to one residence, and ripping a gutter off another residence. So, yeah, tornadoes last night, believe it or not, with all that stuff. And we're actually going to have to go into the Ventu Sky and actually use the radar rewind feature so we can actually look at these storms that occurred. These all happened around 8 o'clock. We also had thunderstorm wind damage. So this was some pretty bad storms. So let's go into Ventu Sky and let's take a look and see what was going on last night. We'll put this on the radar here. Now, over our area, we didn't have many problems, all right? We'll put this to yesterday. And it all had to do with the humidity in the air, all right? Because if you looked at the dew points from, it's around 8 o'clock, so it's around 20, all right, last night. So we're going to look at the dew points here. And this will show you where the higher dew points were was where the severe weather was. So you can see there were higher dew points in this area, closer to 70 degrees, mid-60s. There was also more heat in this area, too. Here you had temperatures in the low 70s, so there was a lot more instability, whereas Long Island, we were only in the upper 50s and low 60s, so it helped keep a cap on things. So let's look and see what the radar looked like, and then take a look at these storms that produced the tornadoes. Here they are. So look at this. So these are some pretty nasty looking storms, and again, I couldn't update you last night because I had no internet service, but you can see here, look at these intense storms here, and this is what wound up moving through Maryland and southern New Jersey, and brought the severe weather and the tornadoes that occurred. And you could see almost, yep, right there, there's like a little hook echo right there. That's probably where the tornado was. So yeah, tornadoes, and then it kind of weakened, but we still wound up getting a little heavy rain last night as it moved into our area. Show you here, it's moving here. Still some reds. And we got some heavy rain from that last night. All right, so I will show you the models in this weather update as well, just because the other one I did was early and we didn't have the latest models. So I want to go over the latest models with you as far as the sky conditions for this weekend, and then we'll wrap up this weather update. It won't be too long, but we had a lot of clouds around today, obviously. Cleared out by later in the evening, but unfortunately for tomorrow we have the cirrus rolling in. It looks pretty thick, so it's, according to the GFS, it looks pretty and that's thick. I'm sorry. And then Sunday we're going to be in the clouds too, and unfortunately we're going to have a lot of cloudiness this week. All right. So we will look at the long range, I guess, to see if we can get any clear days this week. Monday, nope. Tuesday, nope. You can see the stall front we're going to be playing with all week long. Look at that, right next weekend. No clear days at all. Maybe as we get to the end of the month. Maybe. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. You can also look at the NAM as far as the sky goes. Alright, that's the 0Z, so we'll look at the 18Z. So the has maybe a little less high cloudiness. We'll have to see. It won't be overcast tomorrow. It's just not going to be a nice clear blue sky. There'll be a lot of cirrus around, probably a lot of contrails and stuff. And then Sunday we have a lot of these clouds move in. All right, and there's going to be some rain moving in too, with that as well. So if I move this over to the rain, you'll see also that you'll see as we move into Sunday there'll be a chance of showers, but it won't be until the evening. Until it gets close, and even then, it might not. We might not see the rain. It might stay north of the area. So let's go back to the GFS, and we'll widen this out to the CONUS, and we're just going to look at the general pattern here that we're going to be having, unfortunately, for the rest of the period. So you can see this is the problem we have. Is that we have this little front, no really big high pressure systems moving in. So yeah, it's kind of a junky pattern. You see that ridge, just let me move this over, you see that ridge is going to kind of just be stuck there, unfortunately. Which means we're going to be dealing with, let's get to those dew points. We will be dealing with the humidity for a while. So this weekend, enjoy the dry air while we have it. You see the dry air in place over the northeast because it's gone by Sunday. Here comes the humidity, and the humidity stays with us right through the period. Maybe a little break there on the weekend, but more or less we're going to be dealing with this humidity across us. Maybe, we have a couple of breaks, but it won't be far away. And when you see that, you're going to be dealing with the stalled front, with the dry air out west, of course. Let's take a look at the rainfall, total rainfall. Let's see if it's going to be quite wet over the east too. So for the end of the month, we could see another 4 inches of rain. So it's going to be a wet period too, as well, with the stalled front in the area. Plenty of chances for rain, as you see, but very dry out west. No rain at all. So they have the opposite problem of it being too dry. Let's look at temperatures across the country. Will we have any real opportunities for heat here? So let's see. Alright, so we're going into next week. I don't really see any big opportunities for heat either, though. The good news is, yeah, I don't really see any real... The heat is confined to the south. And the southwest, actually, is going to have a lot of heat. You can see there. But, of course, it will be in the 80s in places like Flagstaff. Because you got to remember, Flagstaff is up at 7,000 feet. So, at sea level... Wow, look at that. It could be really hot. Even in Flagstaff, might come close to 90. So at sea level, it would be 100 degrees where Flagstaff is. But because they're up at 7,000 feet, they have a 10 to 20 degree reduction in temperature. That's the only reason why it's not that hot there, and the humidity is low. But it could still get very hot over there. So it won't. The west is going to be hot and dry, and the northern tier and the northeast won't really be that hot. It's just going to be damp with a lot of rainfall. So that's something to keep in mind. But again, this tells the tale here when we go and we put this back to precipitation here. Total accumulated precip. This tells the tale right here. It's going to be wet in the east and humid, but not too hot. And the west is just going to be bone dry. Bone dry. So this is the problem. It's too much moisture in the east and the west. I guess it's better to have too much moisture because at least you're not going to have the fires and the plants get enough, water to be green. But this is what we're looking at here again. So and again, it's all because of that jet stream. So let's go and look at that jet stream, shall we? Oop, wrong one. Wrong one. Let's look at that jet stream. Barely a jet stream. So a very weak jet stream. But there's a huge ridge in the west. And a ridge off in the Atlantic. And then the jet stream over here. So, yeah. You can pretty much see the pattern. At least I don't see anything tropical, which is good, in the long range. So let's look at the temperature anomalies. So we have warmer than normal temperatures in the west. The middle is kind of cooler than normal, and slightly above average in the east, but mainly more south. But most of the heat's actually out west. It's even going to be hot in. If we go and look at the northwest here for a minute. Normally I don't do this. Normally I just focus on our area, but it's going to actually be pretty hot in the Northwest again. This is something that's also been going on lately, is that they've had some real heat in the Northwest. I mean, even in Northern California have 90s, upper 90s, which is crazy, because they got this huge ridge out there. So that's the problem. The weather patterns are all screwed up. No matter where you go, you can't run away from climate change. That's the point I want to make. You can't run away from it, which is why we have to address it. So, but the good news is I don't really see any heat waves in our future. So not much heat. Looking at the long range, just rain and humidity. Which, at least we're not getting the combination of heat and humidity. So I'd be grateful for that. It could be worse. I know all these clouds are annoying, but maybe we'll be able to squeeze in a clear day here and there. We'll have to see. Maybe as we get toward the end of the month. Anyway, that wraps up this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.